Because the baby in the pictures... Trial's about to resume. The defense is to report to the courtroom at once. Oh yeah, also a lot of the things that I said were wrong, but also some of the things turned out to be right, so that's... So I got like some things wrong, some things right, so... Alrighty, after what just happened? The first thing Garon will do is respond to that last accusation. So you'd better stay on your toes, Apollo. I will, Mr. Wright. Ready or not, Garon, here comes justice. Now, there's something to be said about the end of this game. In order to figure out how long this last case was, I'm not going to tell you anything about it, of course. But after the credits, I was looking for the credits in the video that I was looking at to see how long it was. I was like, is this the last part? Is this the last part? Is it like 4 or whatever hours or something? And I was like, oh, there are the credits. Oh, but there's something after the credits. I didn't, like, click on it. I just scrubbed over it, and there was, like, a little preview on the bar, and I saw something, and I was like, I wonder. And I immediately got a thought in my head, just from, like, the few images that I saw, and I was like, is that what they're gonna do? I hope not, but let's see. We'll see. Now then, let us resume today's proceedings. And yes, this case is really good, I'll admit. It's making up for the rest of the game, to be honest. Now then, let us resume today's proceedings. I don't like the... I'm just gonna say it right now. I don't like the seances. I don't like them. I'm sorry. I don't like them. I'm glad that the one in this case was quick, but I'm sure one's gonna be brought up again. Anyway. Huh? Where's Nahuta? Oh shit. He was being channeled by someone else too. Now Nahuta is gone. Nahuta was dead 5 weeks ago. I must offer my apologies. I never imagined a royal guardsman would do such a thing. You bitch, what? He wasn't acting under your orders? How dare you cast suspicion upon Her Eminence? That's exactly what I was going to do before. It is quite alright, Your Majesty. Suspicion is only natural under such circumstances. But rest assured that he acted alone, for I knew nothing of his plans. I don't believe that for a second. Now then, Your Majesty, regarding the murder of my husband, Minister Inga, I would like to offer a new possibility. A new possibility, you say? Indeed, for during the break, the real killer confessed to me. What? Bailiff, call the witness to the stand. Oh my god. The real killer confessed? What she got up her sleeve this time? I have a really bad feeling about this. Hey look, it's the real killer. But is it actually him? Or is it someone channeling him? I guess we'll never know. He's the one who confessed? Anyway. Stop trying to be Edgeworth, you fuck! Oh my god, I just realized that's... Prosecutor Sadmati, you're the real killer? I questioned him during the recess, as I felt that Amara had been covering for someone. So it was that he finally confessed his crime to me. Nahuta, you didn't really do it, did you? No, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he's the real killer. That was definitely him. And I knew it all along. Her Eminence speaks the truth. It was I who killed Justice Minister Inga. Miles Edgeworth. I mean, my totally original character, Nahuta, Sadmati. Yes, that is my name, yes. Of course. The prosecutor of the The main prosecutor of the game being put on the stand, charged of a murder. I'm the first prosecutor ever to, for that to happen. Yes. He sucks. I don't like him. I don't want him to be in other games. I'm just gonna say that right now. Peace! Prosecutor Sadmati. Are you absolutely certain about this? A confession of this nature is grave indeed. Yes, I am certain. For I killed him by my own hand. Well, actually, you know what? Who knows? Maybe he did actually kill him. This case could still surprise me. I'd love for him to actually be like, yeah, I killed him. But it's probably not going to be. At last, the real killer has been revealed. I mean, this case is like the exact opposite of the last one. Whereas the last one was like... that. This one's like, I don't know what's going to happen, kind of. How are we supposed to respond to this? The last case, I knew exactly what the fuck was going on. Nahuta, retract your confession, now! Mr. Justice. Is it not yet time for your cross-examination? Oh, you know what? Technically, he does have royal blood. Yeah. Who cares about that? Admit it, it was Queen Garan who put you up to this. She forced you into giving a confession, didn't she? You are out of line, Mr. Justice. Learn from some self-restraint. But... or do you have something that might prove that I did not commit this murder? What do you think you're doing, you idiot? Truly, the truth can set us free. Looks like Iran got to him somehow. I definitely didn't see this coming. Nahuta, why are you doing this? Why would you sacrifice even your life to do Garon's bidding? Actually, so yeah, he probably can spirit channel. Whatever the case may be. Prosecutor Sadmati, your testimony, please. Okay.
I could not remain silent while Her Eminence fell under suspicion for this crime, except for the fact that I totally was.
It was I who murdered Justice Minister Inga. He had to die for the future of Kurain. I consider divine justice cast upon a fiend who sought to assassinate our monarch. My mother was simply covering for me. I am ashamed I let her go so far for my sake. You do understand what you're doing, right, Nahuta? You're sentencing yourself to death if you're found guilty. If that is the court's verdict, then so be it. I must obey the law above all else. The law, Nahuta, or the Queen? Objection! Enough. This blather has nothing to do with the witness's testimony. Please address any issues you may have during the cross-examination, defense. Oh, I will. I'm going to blow his problematic testimony to smithereens. Okay. Cannot remain silent while Her Eminence fell under suspicion for this crime. Hold it! Okay, you kept quiet all this time, even though you were the real killer? You fuck? Yes, and I accept that what I have done can never be forgiven. But I never imagined suspicion would fall upon the Queen herself. Prosecutor Sadmati has placed the future of our kingdom above his own life. He is taking responsibility for his crime and showing his loyalty to Queen and country. Without a monarch on the throne, Kurain would be plunged into chaos. I could never wish that upon my homeland. That is why I had to let the truth be known. What a bunch of baloney. I'm going to ask you again, Nahuta. Did you really kill Minister Inga? Yes, no matter how many times you asked, Mr. Justice. The truth is immutable. Okay. I don't know why. I have the power to do that. To like bring images into reality for you guys watching, so I just like to do it. It's only with this setup though, because I can hide my browser behind the little thing.
Hold it.
I'm not even paying attention to this. I'm just want to look for more GIFs. I don't even know why. I just said that this case was really interesting. It's not too. It's because I don't know. I don't like this part because it's obvious he didn't do it. Like, you know, or like it wasn't actually him. He may have had some kind of part in it, but he didn't. It was, you know, whatever. You can still retract your confession before the verdict is rendered. There is no retracting the truth. One either tells it or does not tell it. It is that simple. Why do you always have to be so stubborn, Nahuta? I hate how you never listen to reason once you get like this. I think we'll need some evidence before we can get him to retract his confession. Either that, or we'll have to force a retraction out of him by appealing to what's in his heart. It's not going to be easy either way. I'm gonna sneeze. Press... Okay. Yeah. Whew. He had to die for the future of Kurain.
Hold it.
What else can I get here? What do you mean by that? Minister Inga was planning to assassinate Her Eminence in a coup d'etat. I had to nip this evil in the bud, even if it cost me the purity of my soul. So you're saying the death of another is a reasonable price to pay to protect the Queen? Long have we remained independent under the authority of our spirit medium queens. We command the people's awe and respect with the power to commune with the dead. Without such a monarch, our kingdom would lose its standing in the world. Oh, I know. But if spirit channeling is so important, why did you have Queen Amara perform the rite? I'm afraid my elder sister is quite Capricorn. She's a Capricorn. I don't forget what month that means she was born. I don't capricious. I don't know. Is it raining? Well, did you listen to that? It is raining. I had to take my headphones off. She would fulfill her duty when the desire. Okay, she would fulfill her duty only when the desire to struck, as sporadic as it was. Oh, okay. Let me try this again. She would fulfill her duty only when the desire to struck, as sporadic as it was. Okay, I got it. Sometimes, okay, it was, therefore, something she did on a whim. There is no meaning behind it. Bullshit. A meaningless whim? Okay, it's hard to press a statement like that. Now, if I may return to my testimony. It's a good one. I consider divine judgment cast upon a fiend who sought to assassinate our monarch.
Hold it.
Divine judgment? Yes, I rendered judgment upon the minister on behalf of the Holy Mother. Are you saying the Holy Mother guided you? No. Her Holiness would never condone killing in her name, regardless of circumstances. As such, I believe my defiled soul will be damned to hell. But I do not regret what I have done. I willingly sacrifice my soul to protect this kingdom's future. Snap out of it already, Nahuta. So his motive comes from a place of faith, huh? Why does that sound completely credible when it's coming from him? Well, Amara expressed a similar motive. Okay, as for her mercifulness, she is truly deserving of her title. My mother was covering for me.
Hold it.
I can't find a good one. So you killed Minister Inga and Queen Gamara staged the crime? Is that how it went? Precisely. My mother is as clever as she is kind. Okay, so she sought to conceal my crime by taking all of the guilt upon herself. Here's a good one. Yet another lie. I need to poke a hole in his testimony. But how? I must stop this Christmas from coming. Nahuta, could it be that you... What? I just have to make a choice now? Okay. Did you tell Queen Amara to do what she did? No, she acted under her own volition. She must have somehow discovered my crime and then staged the crime scene. It sounds plausible on the surface, but I'm not buying it. Still, I don't think we'll get anywhere if I press the issue. To think that Nahyuta would confess to the crime, can't say I saw that coming. Why, Nahyuta? Why? Why are you putting yourself on the line for Garan? I wonder if Garan has something on him. I don't think so. I mean, Amara's currently fighting for her life, so I don't see what Garan could threaten him with. Maybe that's just it. Maybe there's something else that we don't know about. Alright, for reals now. Let's go to that last thing and choose the other option, see if we can get anything out of that. Honestly, another reason why I'm doing this stuff is because I know no one's going to fucking watch this series because nobody cares about Ace Attorney. At least not on my channel, so it doesn't matter. I know some people will, but hey. I mean, whatever. I'm not really thinking I'm going to be like the real serious, I'm not going to be the video that everybody who wants like a serious viewing of this game's story without having to actually buy the game. I don't think they're going to want me with my dumbass commentary on it anyway, so I don't think I'm going to be ruining this for anybody. You didn't realize that Nahyuta was actually Queen Amara, your own mother? That is not as strange as you might think. Much time has passed since we last met, after all. Right. 23 years ago, was it? When Dirk saved her after the supposed assassination attempt. No, Mr. Justice. It was 15 years ago that Dirk abducted my mother. Huh? That's weird. Are you sure about that? I remember it clearly. I was around 10 years old at the time. Nahyuta, please add that last statement to your testimony. Okay.
Objection!
You're saying that Dirk made off with Queen Amara 15 years ago. But that's strange, because I heard something very different from Dirk. He said that they ran off together 23 years ago. That is impossible. I know for a fact it was 15 years ago. Well, I have evidence that contradicts your statement. How do you explain this photo? Dirk said it was taken 23 years ago. He said that? He did, but if we take what he says as fact, then there's something in this photo that doesn't make any sense. This isn't making any sense to me, so I suppose I should ask. What does not make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old? Bap. Nahyuta, this discrepancy may not be directly related to this case, but I don't think we can simply overlook it either. Oh, I know a good one. Dirk said the body in the photo was you, but that doesn't make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old. After all, you said you're around 10 then, right? Oops, he's definitely sweating bullets over there over something. Jeez. Apollo, if this baby isn't Nahyuta... Wait, you don't think... Did Queen Amara have another child while she was on the run? What? And just what if the child were being held hostage? Nahyuta, is that why you obey Queen Garon's every command? You presume too much. Ah, and that's why Queen Amara was trying to take to protect this other child. Yes. A child born 15 years ago. That's kind of appropriate. Anyway. Nothing is appropriate. They would have to be someone who's around 14 or 15 years old now. Oh my god! This is just a guess. But I believe I know someone who fits the bill. This also explains the strange behavior. This is the child who was born to Dirk and Queen Amara 15 years ago. Now we're doing this again? Where we choose someone and then it goes to white? All those strange statements she kept making. Now they all make sense. Prosecutor Sadmati, may I ask you something? Of course, Your Benevolence. I've been meaning to ask you this since yesterday. Did you know about Queen Amara? And about me? From where did you hear such a thing? From Mother, and only yesterday. Rafa was carrying on about telling the truth to the people. So I told her what the truth really was. For it is up to a mother to discipline her child. I see. I cannot accept this. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, I know this. Now I see, Nahuta, why you do what you're told. The other child born to Dirk and Queen Amara was... Mr. Justice, I believe I know what you're about to say, but I cannot allow you to name an innocent soul as the child of terrible sinners. I thought you might try to stop me. After all, simply revealing this information endangers who you've been trying to protect. I think this should make it clear what I'm talking about. This is the chink in your armor, the reason you fear... The reason why you fear for your sibling's reputation. Oh, I know. And that is a file full of information that Dirk collected on what happened 23 years ago. Of particular note right now is what's written here. The sins of the father are visited upon his children. This deeply held idea is why you were expelled from the royal family. Which means it wouldn't bode well for your sibling either, if she were revealed to be Dirk's daughter. You became a prosecutor to bring down Queen Garan, but at some point you came to serve the very regime you despised. And that was because the Queen found this chink in your armor. And that's how she came to use your sister against you. And so I guess the person that Inga had was Dirk's daughter, and not his wife. Nahuta, have you been keeping the secret all this time? Have you been trying to protect me? You are an innocent party to all this. I live only to safeguard the law, and serve the country and queen from which it flows. One such as you, who is destined to ascend the throne, need not fret over one such as I. No, I cannot accept that. What you say is, it's malarkey. Don't you even care about what happens to you? Before country, queen, law, and everyone's future. My personal feelings are of no consequence. That is why I resign myself to my fate. I know I must accept the status quo without any thoughts of change. spoken like a true prosecutor and patriot. I shall continue to rule Khurain until the day Rafa succeeds me, for that is what's best for our kingdom. I know, Your Eminence. Yours is no small sacrifice, but I promise you this, in exchange for your life. The child shall remain safe, and the kingdom shall prosper. That is all I can ask for my meager existence, with my meager existence. Nahuta, is this really the new you? Resigning yourself to the will of another, and killing any hope you had held for the future? No. The Nahuta I knew would never let himself be turned into this. Now, Your Majesty, if you would hand down your verdict.
Objection!
You can say you're simply accepting your Hey, Nahuta. But I know that deep down there is still hope in your heart. Oh, Holy Mother, preserve me. It is the kind of hope that perseveres through the most desperate of times. And it's what binds you, me, and Dirk together, as a family. I know because this has demonstrated to me that you haven't lost all hope yet.
Take that!
When you interrogated Dirk, you confiscated all his possessions as potential evidence. All except this. Did he take your attorney's badge too? No. I thought it strange, but just when it looked like he was going to take it from me, he changed his mind. So tell me, Nahuta, why didn't you take his badge? You couldn't bear to take it from him, could you? And I know why. It's because this badge means something special to us. Hey, Dirk. Why do you still wear your badge? You're not a lawyer anymore, right? This badge is my heart and soul, son. I never stopped trying to realize my dream, not until my very last breath. A dragon never yields, right? Exactly. Nahuta, Apollo, I vow to restore Khurain's legal system to its rightful state one day. I want to pass on to you a world where you can live free from the fear of tyranny. You may say you've given up, but that's not how it really is it? You never gave up, and you never will, because you still believe that all the wrongs will be righted someday, don't you? You are very perceptive, Mr. Justice. It may very well be as you say. Why did I not confiscate this badge? Even I did not know. Until now. Perhaps I was waiting for him to save me. Save you? Yes, save me. Like he did. On that day. Well, we know it. We know he saved him. Yeah, blah blah blah, we know this. I got a good one. Don't ever hesitate to call upon me when you need me, blah blah blah. Someday, he would come and free our family from the chains of the past. Perhaps deep down, that is what I believed. I believed in Dirk, our father. Alright, I'm done. Okay. Felt like an appropriate time to do that. Nahuta, I knew you. However, it was but a dream. And now that dream has died. Murdered, along with Dirk. So now, as the eldest, the responsibility falls squarely onto me. No matter the cost, I must protect her. Please, try to understand, Apollo. Understand why I shall bear all this sin. It is the only way. But...
Such insolence!
You have wasted more than enough of my time, lawyer. Do you not see the futility of your desperate floundering? The immutability of his duty? It is time to accept defeat. Arr. Now, watch as the hammer of justice comes down upon your dear brother. Your Majesty, the verdict, if you will. Yes, Your Eminence.
Objection!
Okay, hopefully I can get this. Okay, sorry, for some reason, I don't know why it took this long. But all of these, like, your benevolence, your excellence, your mercifulness, your whatever, all of these. Can I go to the options real quick? Okay. Background music is 4 from the right. Okay. Turn the volume up here. I don't know why it's taking me so long. Oh, best Disney movie. Hands down. Sorry, all of you out there who like other ones. I'll admit that, you know, other ones, they're good. But, no, oh, whoops. Cinemassacre. You don't need that there. Oh, I can turn the volume back down now to 60. Okay. Calling your most lugubriousness. Does the defense wish to raise an objection? There's gotta be some way to save Nahuta. Apollo. Now goes back to that incident 23 years ago. It's branded him the son of a criminal. So if we could once and for all prove that Dirk didn't try to assassinate Amara, right, Nahuta and Rita's father would no longer be viewed as criminal. But I thought there wasn't any evidence left, because it was all destroyed in the fire. And Dirk investigated the matter for years, but never managed to learn anything new. Yeah, how are we gonna learn about Apollo's father at all? Really? Nothing at all? Could an exceptional lawyer like Dirk try that long and really uncover nothing at all? He had over 2 decades, Apollo. Huh? He's right. I doubt Dirk would have gone to his grave without discovering something new. He must have secretly planted something to topple Garan. Must have secretly planted something to topple Garan with, somewhere. Take another look at the evidence. You just might find what we need to break out of the situation with in there. Got it. If the defense is done stalling for time, I shall now render my verdict. No, wait! About the assassination attempt 23 years ago. The defense has some new information it would like to share. You do? Well, we had intended to deliberate that case in this course of the... Well, we had intended to deliberate that case in the course of this trial. Dirk, did you leave something behind for me? I can think of only one thing. Is there some connection I'm missing here? Very well then. What is the source of your new information about the case from 23 years ago? I can't tell anything about him, though. The only thing that's from 23 years ago... Well, let's go. This should be updated, by the way. Okay, it's gotta be the photo of my father.
Take that!
A photograph? Yes. Do you recall the traveling musician who died in the fire 23 years ago? How could anyone forget such a painful chapter in our history? The poor fellow was caught up in the blaze that was meant for Queen Amara. We never knew his identity, though, as his belongings were burnt to ashes. Well, about that, the truth is, he was my biological father. Oh? What? Why, of course. With his photo and her benevolence. Exactly. We might be able to prove Dirk completely innocent. And that would free her from the infamy of having criminal blood in her veins. Because here in Kurain, we can witness the final memories of the dead. But we need to know his name, right? What utter nonsense. What's his name? Oh wait, do we know it now? Is it Jove? I thought that was like the fake one. There was no evidence left in the wake in that blaze. That's what you think. But Dirk went to the ends of the earth to bring this little souvenir back for us. He did? Yep. And boy, is it the best piece of evidence ever. He knew that with it, we'd finally be able to conclusively settle the matter here in court. And save his children. Your Majesty, the defense requests that we hold a divination seance for this new victim.
Objection!
What a waste of time. The events of 23 years past have already been deliberated at length.
Objection!
But wasn't Dirk on trial for that incident as well today? So we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we failed to look into this new lead, would we? As the presiding judge, I will now share my thoughts on this matter. The attempted assassination of Queen Amara is a case we can ill afford to leave open, and I believe the final memories of the victim will prove to be very important. Therefore, it is the opinion of this court that we should conduct another divination seance. Why, your benevolence. If you knew the full name of the victim seen in this photo, you'd be able to perform a divination seance, right? Or we could perform a spirit channeling, right? Of course, leave it to me. Thank you. My father's full name is... Jove Justice. Wait. Alright. I thought that was the name that everyone thought it was, but it was fake, like a... Okay. I guess that was just his real name the whole time. Now, your benevolence, please commence the divination seance when you are ready. Oh, Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name.
We hold this divination seance
Hey, yeah,
in your
we
let
know.
the owl dance so that we may
Shut up. We really don't need to see this every time. Oh, he just dropped the baby. spirit of the victim has granted us a window into his final moments. It would appear the divination seance was a success. So those are my father's final moments. That baby we saw must have been you, Apollo. He dropped my ass. I will now decipher the experience of the deceased. Are you ready, Hornhead? Yes. Please proceed. Very well. Here are my interpretations of the facts as gleaned from the seance vision. Why is she so, like, she can call upon the final moments and put them in the pool of souls or whatever, but why is she the authority on interpreting them? Couldn't there be like a royal interpreter? Like, shouldn't there be more than one person? I guess that's the defense and the prosecution, but like, whatever. Like what? I don't know. Someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amara by setting her residence ablaze. Okay. Hornhead's father happened to stop by, and was knocked out by the assassin. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the scene of the crime. That is how he was determined to be the assassin. Hornhead's father tried to save his son, but sadly, he perished in the attempt. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments. My father's final memories. They're right here for everyone to see, but can any of them unlock the truth behind what happened 23 years ago? Okay, burning, heat, crying, babu, crying, burning, crying, pain. Just dropped the fucking baby. Anyway. Metallic sound. Hang on, go back. That glove is like brown. His gloves are a different color. Oh, hang on a second. Right, there we go. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the scene of the crime. But, if we can see from this right here... It's really blurry, but I can see that he's wearing gloves. Hang on.
Objection!
Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter that was found at the crime scene. However, the hand holding the lighter in the seance vision appears to be gloved. But they kind of look like fingerless gloves, though. I believe you are right. What could this mean? It calls into question whether the hand in the vision really was Dirk's. If only we could make out the details a little better. Very well. I will attempt to focus a bit more on what the deceased saw. Perhaps that will help refine the seance vision. It does seem that there was a glove on the hand. Still, what significance could that have? It means that Dirk's fingerprints got on the lighter at some other time. Somebody could have even put them there after the fire.
Objection!
All you have is pure speculation, while the fact remains that they are still his fingerprints. Therefore, it stands to reason that Dirk was the one who used the light.
Objection!
It just means I have to prove that the figure in the vision is someone else, using the information in my father's final memories. Either way, it seems that I must revise my insights. But if someone had put his prints on the lighter after the fact, then we know not whom it belongs. Okay, she's updated her insights. Time to go over them and see if there are any new inconsistencies to be found. Hang on. I hate it whenever it's like, you reveal something and you're like, yeah, I did it. And it's like, oh hey, we're just gonna make a little bit of a change. And yeah, everything's basically the same. So you gotta find basically another Babu crying, heat, burning, pain. Oh, maybe there's gonna be more in the insight? You can see more of the... Wait a minute. Is it this thing?
Objection!
Oh, shit! I didn't choose a statement. I didn't choose a statement. Yeah, no, I forgot to, I completely forgot to choose a statement. I was just thinking of pointing out, it's the, without the fingerprints, we can't really know who it is. Like, oh no, yes, there is, because we can look at the thing on their arm. Okay, so I just gotta go to that statement. I completely forgot. Here we are. This one? This one? There we go.
Objection!
There we go. Okay. Wait, then this means that the real culprit is... The figure in this vision is clearly not Dirk. The distinctive band around their wrist gives the true identity away. That design. It can't be. This will prove just who the hands captured Seance vision is.
Take that!
That photo. So you do believe the culprit to be... Justice Minister Inga had cuffs with the exact same pattern on them. You're referring to the cuffs of justice, correct? Yes, I hear they are a traditional part of the Chinese Justice Minister's attire. But who was the Justice Minister at the time? Oh, I don't think it was Inga. I think it was Queen Garon. But what does this tell us? It tells us that the figure in the vision is none other than Karenni's late Minister of Justice. Inga Kurt Cobain. No, come on, Apollo. Who was the Justice Minister at the time? Not my father. So he plotted the assassination of the former queen as well as the current one. Justice Minister Inga? So then Dirk's innocent of both charges? The Defiant Dragons? They've been right all along. Nahuta? What you've proposed is not possible, Apollo. For back then, Inga Kurt Cobain was not the Minister of Justice. What? The Justice Minister 23 years ago was... you, Queen Garon. Oh right, she served as the Minister of Justice before succeeding the throne. I guess she also prosecuted the assassination attempt 23 years ago as one. So then, the figure in this vision is actually... Your Eminence. It's you, isn't it? This is madness. Why would Her Eminence do such a thing? Because she would ascend to the throne. She wanted to usurp the throne from her sister Amara? That's why she tried to assassinate her? I find this all very hard to swallow. Your Eminence, are you the one responsible for the tearing of my family apart? And was it you who killed my father? Well, Your Eminence, I'm asking you a question.
Insolence!
Peasants. Always carrying on about things of no import. Don't you mean importance? You do not deny it, then. You concealed the truth and used me for your own designs? Oh, Nahuta, spare me your feeble-minded line of questioning. Even if Dirk were cleared of all charges, it shall still be I who decides Rafa's fate. You do wish for her to be queen someday, do you not? Remember, the child lives only by my good graces. Now, kneel before me and fulfill your end of the bargain by offering me your head.
A dragon never will.
Your Eminence, I am done heeding your commands. Even as you used my sister against me, I still believed you. I believed that protecting your secrets was in best interest of this kingdom. But you have been deceiving me all the while. Nahuta. Nahuta, you dare defy me? I mean, you're a murderer now, Your Eminence. I can turn the other cheek no more. Therefore, I hereby retract my confession in the murder of Justice Minister Inga. Retract, you say? Dirk, the final piece of evidence you left behind, has released Nahuta from his suffering, and now he's finally free. And all this time, not once did I reflect on my own conduct, for I had believed all was fate. Lost in my own sense of resignation, I was unable to wake from my despair. But you, Apollo, you have awakened me with your demonstration of our father's creed.
A dragon never yields.
I will carry on Dirk's legacy, and fulfill his dream. Hear me, Garan. I will cast you down from your bloody throne. Long live the revolution. Insolent fool. Now even you prattle on about revolution? Would you look at that? Well, Apollo? It seems we're finally making some headway down the road that Dirk carved out for us. Yeah. Now, if we could just prove Garon's guilt. We've already done that. But we could continue on down that road towards the revolution Dirk dreamed of. It was Your Eminence. You have been accused of the crime committed 23 years ago. Would you like to say anything in your defense? Not so fast, Your Majesty. For the cuffs could have been stolen and used without my knowledge. So you see, they can hardly be considered proof of anything. Why, I believe you're right. But we know she's guilty. Well, lawyer, is there any other evidence you have, you would have me refute? Unfortunately, this photo was the last piece of evidence Dirk left for me. So as far as evidence goes, I've got nothing else regarding that case from the past. However, now that Prosecutor Sadmani has retracted his confession, we have to liberate the current case from scratch. Yes, the defense speaks the truth. Even though it is clear who the guilty party is. Queen Garan. The defense accuses you of the murder of Justice Minister Inger Kurt Cobain. But do you have any evidence, defense? Evidence that will prove Garan was the killer. Oh, I was saying Kirk. I meant Kurt, by the way. Not Kurt. Evidence that will prove Garan was the killer? There is still one more avenue for us to explore, Mr. Justice. There is? Minister Inga's final memories. In them, the minister's killer posed as Dirk. Therefore, one must ask, how did the killer dispose of their disguise? Hey, you're right. A lot of blood would have been splattered onto the killer, so the blood-soaked clothes would have to have been dealt with somehow. If they're still around somewhere, then... I was wondering what absurd idea you would concoct next. Clothing can be disposed of almost anywhere. I doubt you could find them now. Then you don't know us very well. Your benevolence. Yes? On the day of your father's murder, you had been watching the courtyard from 2 p.m. Now, during that time, you saw Queen Garan, did you not? Yes, I did. I saw my mother entering the palace from the courtyard. But I was told not to mention it because it had nothing to do with my father's murder. Raifa, you would not dare. When the queen headed into the palace, did she have Dirk's clothes in her possession? No. No, she did not. So, maybe she disposed of them somewhere in the courtyard. The police did a thorough sweep of the area following the crime, but they did not find anything resembling Dirk's clothes. But you knew that already, did you not, didn't you, prosecutor? Didn't you, whatever. Yes, I admit no clothing was found. So you admit that you were merely speculating, chasing phantoms and delusions of evidence that never existed. This makes no sense. Clothing doesn't just disappear like that. If Garan wasn't carrying any clothes, she must have gotten rid of them somewhere. Somewhere where she thought they'd never be found. Where they'd never be found, huh? I believe Dirk's clothes were hidden here. Yep. Those aren't his original clothes.
Take that!
The tomb? You believe the clothing was hidden there? Yes. It's the only place it can be. Very well. Where in the tomb do you believe the clothes were hidden? And just like with all the other times, I don't even need to move the damn thing. Of course! That makes perfect sense. The clothes weren't simply hidden, they were returned to where they belonged. And by that, you mean... the killer would have had to get Dirk's clothes from somewhere. Luckily, they were right there. Yes, of course. At the time of the minister's murder, Dirk's body was already in the sarcophagus. So the killer could have simply borrowed his clothes. Right, before the minister entered the tomb, the killer put on Dirk's clothes, and then hid behind the curtain above the sarcophagus. And after the minister was killed, Dirk's clothes were returned to his body. So, what? This is all speculation. We don't know where those clothes were actually used we know not whether those clothes were actually used in the murder. Therefore, you cannot prove that they are somehow connected to this case.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong, but I believe you already knew that. These clothes were definitely used during the minister's murder because of this. I mean, like, all of this. All the blood, right? Just in case I have to point to specific blood. Although, wait a minute, hang on. I think it's specifically this. This looks like fresh. This looks like old and dry. This looks new.
Take that!